Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the next exciting chapter of Dreams of Infinity. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Ashleyien, Hana, John, Kira, Los, and Tensei. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
You're so wonderful. It's just amazing. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built the tokens for this game. You can build yours today at HeroForge.com. Second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite picture as the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link in the show description. Last but not least, we have two new campaigns that are going to be starting up here in the new year. We have the Aethertech Wars, which is a Pathfinder 2e campaign, and we have Aether Shanties, a Sagas campaign, using a brand new rule system that we're test playing. Both these campaigns are going to be on Mondays, alternating every week, just like with the Magi-Knights and Curse of Strahd. Sagas is going to be at 7 p.m., and Aethertech is going to be at 6 p.m. Now, you can keep up to date on everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_rhapsody. And that's it for those announcements. So join us as we return to Laropa City and continue on with the Magi-Knights as they investigate the Dreams of Infinity. And we're back. So, y'all know that I offer up something called the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for one free reroll during the session. Anyone who wants to do the recap of the previous game gets that coin. Now, normally we have somebody volunteer to do it. This week, Kira was going to do it, but unfortunately she lost her voice. So, one of our lovely players has offered to read it in her stead, since she's mostly going to be playing via text today. but we appreciate you at least still hanging out with us and playing. So very, very much thank you for that. But who is going to be reading Melody's recap today?
That'll be me, Matt.
Okay. Well, stand in for Melody and tell us what happened last time on Dreams of Infinity.
All right, since sorry, I keep mixing up fake names and real names. Since Kira wrote this, not Lacey, not Melody, since Kira wrote this, I'm gonna do my best to like embody Melody. So I gotta get into character. Oh God, everything is so you know, Okay. Earlier in the day, I found the leather-bound book James Ronin had been reading. It's called A Meeting on the Other Side. It was in my locker, of all places. It makes me wonder if James was stalking me to figure out my locker code. I'm gonna start keeping an eye out for him. At lunch, some idiot boys said they thought the boat explosion from the night before was caused by the Mafia. I thought Coltrast's Academy was supposed to only accept the most skilled students, but I guess at least their stupidity will keep them out of our business. Kat learned there was an explosion at the lumberyard and that 4 teens were caught on camera, but they haven't been located or taken into custody yet. I bet those lunch boys will blame this on the Mafia too. Lacey Beckford told Damian, Salem, and David that the janitor, Mr. Clooney, has been watching Lacey and following her around. Gross. Because she has a history of being targeted by outsiders, everyone is worried that Mr. Clooney is a cultist. If he is, he better not have summoned any outsiders in the girls' bathroom. I already hear whining and crying in there on a daily basis. It doesn't need any more drama. I met up with James at the newspaper club after school, and he somehow preemptively unlocked the door to the roof and led me up there. After some resistance from James, I managed to learn that the blood fingerprints in the back of the book did belong to him. And he said he uses blood magic as well as other kinds of magic. I also learned that he was at the river when we were fighting the cultists. But it was clear he didn't want me to know about it. So I'll keep that knowledge to myself for now. He seemed pretty annoyed with Damian for nosing into his business at the bookstore, so I don't want to push too hard. Oh, sorry, Damian. For some reason, James made it seem like he was trying to ask me out to dinner, but then he gave me a coupon for 50% off at Restaurant Imperial and told me I should go there with all of my pals. I don't know if he was messing with me or if I completely read him wrong, but I'm going to pretend I knew what he meant all along. How'd I do?
That was great. Well done. Well done. We all agreed that Melody should still get the Random Rhapsody coin, so there you go. There it is. Make sure you use it. It only lasts this game. Well, Magi-Knights. You're all standing on the sidewalk now of the tall stone building that is Restaurant Imperial. So, of course, I have to show you what that actually looks like.
It's tiny. Oh, wait, I can zoom in.
And you're on the inside. You're supposed to be on the outside. There you go. That's much better. Anyway,
Oh, it's dark.
It's very dark. At least as far as we can see. I'm about to pull up the...
black.
Let me see what it looks like on the stream.
Where is everybody? I only see myself.
It's one of those concept restaurants where you eat in the dark.
It is. It absolutely
the
is.
The waiters are all blind.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
I love dynamic lighting.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Best.
I know. I love dynamic lighting. I have it set to always propagate pages a certain way, and it never does it the way I want it to. So I don't know. But that's the great thing about technology. Anyway, so as I said, you're all standing outside on the sidewalk in front of the tall stone building that is Restaurant Imperial. It's fairly obvious that this was once a church. with its high stone arches and the tall steeple and all that stained glass windows that are all over the thing, it really couldn't be anything else. The one thing about that you can see, however, as you're gazing up at it, is while there is stained glass windows there, they're all dark. It's almost as if there's curtains on the other side of them, obscuring the view. That way people can't look inside. It's an exclusive place, and it likes to maintain a certain level of atmosphere. So, there is that. Now you all ascend the wide stone staircase up to a large wooden double doors that are opened to reveal a short, narrow foyer with benches lining both sides of the room, and a host stand occupying the back middle between you all and another door. The person who is behind that that host stand is tall and thin. He's wearing literally a tuxedo, a freaking tuxedo. His hair is combed back and obviously pomaded up and coiffed in this very, very sleek do. He has a pencil-thin mustache just over the top of his lip. Basically, he looks like that dude from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that highly satirized, kind of French-looking person that like just seems stereotypical for a restaurant. It's weird that that's right in front of you right now. If anyone's seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And he comes over to you all in that snotty, hoity-toity way and looks each of you up and down before going, "Welcome to Restaurant Imperial. May I help you?"
Yeah, we would like a table for 6, please.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid we do not have a kiddie menu here. I'm afraid you're going to have to take the field trip somewhere else.
Whoa, do you know who this is? Do you know who you're like thumbing your nose
Come
at?
in. She like puts her hand up. So I guess I'll just have to tell my agency that we won't be booking here anymore.
Make, I guess, a persuasion check or
Yeah.
intimidate check would also work.
Where is my character sheet? Why did I not open it? I'm so good at being a streaming TTRGB player and saying words. I'm also good at that. I'm
Words are
gonna
hard.
do a persuasion.
Oh, influence?
I don't
Oh,
know, man. I would have done
Oh.
influence.
influence would technically be better, but I was told to use persuasion, and that's a higher number.
Well, he said persuasion or intimidation, but
Which
sure.
actually would have been influence. The influence would have worked as well.
Yeah.
That was my +5. I took the
Yeah.
persuasion.
That's okay. It's still a persuasion is good. A 15's pretty damn good. He looks you up and down for a moment, and then he does a double take, clearly recognizing you. And I am so sorry. I did not see you there. Of course. Just be one moment. Let me see where I can put you. And
Exactly.
he looks over the host stand real quick. He's obviously looking over just basically a map of the dining room that has certain places marked off and that sort of thing. You can hear him kind of mumbling to himself. That party has got to go over there. That party is going over there. That's Yes, of course. It's a good thing that it is still so early in the evening. But you look like you're getting ready to say something, Salem.
Salem?
Oh no, I'm
No, or Melody,
no.
or no, not Melody, or whoever. Sorry.
I'm just taking it all in. I'm fascinated.
I was just gonna have Aisha say, "Oh, take your time. I understand. It's definitely last minute."
Yes, it is indeed last minute. But fortunately, we do keep a couple tables open just in case VIPs make an appearance. So he starts fumbling around a little bit, and finally he says, okay. We do have one table available. It is by the bathrooms, but it is available to you all. So, right this way. And he picks up a couple, basically 2 stacks of menus. There's 6 of you, and he gets 12 freaking clipboards and begins leading you through into the dining room.
This guy's weird.
The dining room itself is full of quite a few people. Now, I didn't propagate millions of tokens on this, so we're going to use theater of the mind a little bit. But as you step into the dining room, you see a large, opulent area. The room itself seems to be shaped kind of like an L. You can see that there is a lush blue carpet over much of the area, though in the center of the walkway is made entirely of marble. There are tables all over the place, some of them set for very large parties, others set for just a couple people. As you pass the first row of tables and glance back, you can see that there's a large room filled with bottles of wine, just on racks upon racks upon racks upon racks. You are led over to one of the tables in the far left-hand side of the dining room. You can feel free to put yourselves wherever you want. As you're walking through, you can see that there is art all over the wall. There are sculptures in various locations. You don't see the windows, though you do see large, dark navy blue curtains in strategic places, which tell you that's probably where the stained glass windows are. But the room itself is completely closed off, and you can't see anything on the streets at all. The table that you're led to is next to a pair of doors, which have a men's and women's labels on them. You can also see that towards the far northern side of the dining room, there is another set of double doors, where, as you're watching, you see another person in not so much a tuxedo, no overcoat, but with vest and slacks and a white shirt and a big bow tie, carrying a large tray of plates coming from that door, which gives you the info that that's probably the kitchen. So, as you all sit down, the maitre d' hands each of you 2 clipboards.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "What? No crayons?"
I suppose I could get you some if that's what you like.
Let's.
No, you did this. Keep.
That's all I'm gonna say is just like clearly annoyed and disdainful at this like judgmental prick.
Yeah, I get that. He seems to be ignoring you a little bit, like his head's kind of cocked upward, and he's just pretending like the you didn't say anything. And he begins to explain how dining here works. You're given 2 menus. The the primary menu and the tertiary menu. The tertiary is the one that has nothing but vegetarian options. The maitre d' explains, once your server arrives, you will select one of these two menu options. Normally, they are paired with wine, but I suspect we will be skipping that. Hopefully, somebody can find a Coke or something. But anyway, the menus you choose are given to you in courses. There are 8 courses in total. I hope you enjoy your time at Restaurant Imperial.
Thank you.
And without another word, the man turns and walks back towards the host stand. And you're given a moment alone. So...
I don't like him.
Oh.
Matt, did you say that these doors right here are bathrooms?
Yes, they are indeed.
This man really went, oh my god, a very important person and their entourage right next to the toilets.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do we
It's
have
true.
a game plan? Did we just come here without planning on how we're going to investigate here?
Well, actually,
Yep.
I do have an idea, but first things first. Hi, how are we paying for this? Because opens wallet as like the cartoon moth comes out.
We got a
What?
coupon.
I'm not supposed to use this card anymore, and Aisha just takes out a black credit card. I've got it.
Oh, okay, good. Now back to my plan. If we're doing some investigation, if there happens to be any, visitors in the area, our gems should react correct.
Yes, and
So-
look at the necklace.
Perhaps the bathroom is a benefit instead of pulling it out in the middle of a busy restaurant. One of us can slip in there and check it out.
Yeah.
So, unless somebody would like to volunteer, I can go ahead and take a quick little trip.
I need to powder my nose.
Wonderful.
Okay. So the two of
Does this
you...
place have 3 dessert courses?
It does.
That's amazing!
It does. So, full disclosure, one of my all-time favorite restaurants that no longer exists, but did technically exist during this time period, is called Charlie Trotter's. And I looked up one of his menus, and I put it in here for you all to enjoy and look at. And we'll talk about the courses as they come out just a little bit, because, he did some incredible stuff at that restaurant. Big fan. Anyway. Both of you, it sounds like the both of you are getting up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. And to check your crystals. So, the two of you stand up and make your way into the bathrooms, which look exactly what you expect a bathroom to look like. I'm not going to describe that too much, but what I will ask is, as you all head into the bathroom and go to one of the stalls, that way you can subversively pull out your crystal, because guess what? It's a fancy restaurant. Of course they have bathroom attendants in there. But you go and find a stall, close it up, pull out your crystals. So the two of you, mysticism checks.
The dice like us tonight.
No, you said it.
Don't curse us.
And so early, too.
You pull out your crystals, and as you're doing that, the rest of you are just kind of watching as another waiter comes over to your table carrying a tray full of glasses of water, which they're putting down in front of each of your places right now. But the two of you in the bathrooms, you pull out your crystal, you look at it, and there is a faint glow to them. It's not fully lit up, but there is some inherent light in it, telling you that something is going on here at this restaurant.
Good to know.
Okay. Well,
Um,
Cat
you
gets
know.
back. I'm like, I'm glowing slightly today.
I'd like to scrutinize the faces of the customers that I can see around me and see if I recognize any of them.
Okay. That I think would be a perception check.
Great roll.
Yeah.
It's a 6.
You look around, and nobody seems familiar to you. You don't recognize anybody here.
Okay.
Quite a few of the tables are filled right now. I would say probably about half of the tables overall are currently filled. And as you glance down towards the far door that you entered in, you can see the maitre d' is escorting another group of people, a group of 4, to one of the nearby tables. They're all adults. All of them at the tables are in various states of consumption right now. Some of them are on their first course. Some of them are on their 4th course. Yeah. There's definitely different people here that have been here for a little while. But nobody really sticks out, unfortunately. Your waiter, once he puts the drinks down in front of each of you, he tells you, yes, welcome to Restaurant Imperial. We're very happy to have you. I don't suppose anyone will want any drinks other than water tonight?
Actually, if I could get a cup of tea, or that would be wonderful.
Would you prefer iced or hot?
Hot, please. An Earl Grey, if you have it.
We do. Excellent
Wonderful.
choice. Anybody else? You know, just kind of.
Does the water, like, is it just like basic glasses, or does it already have like a lemon or a lime in it?
Yeah, they all have a lime and a cucumber slice on top of it, kind of put onto the glass itself. It's just a tall, non-distinct glass.
Okay.
It has a little ice in it and the water.
Then for now, Aisha is satisfied.
Okay.
I'll ask
You
for
all-
a ginger beer.
Ginger beer? Yes, I believe the bar has that. I can make sure. I can double check, but I think so. Melody says that water's good for her.
Water's good.
Yeah, just the water's fine, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll give you another moment to look over the menus. And then he turns and heads back into the kitchen. So, you all have a moment to consider and discuss what you want, how you plan on investigating here. Are you just going to sit through the courses, or are you going to try something else?
I might be able to get a look at the kitchen, or
Actually, we could use your fame to our advantage. I mean, if a famous person were to, want a nice tour of this fancy restaurant, a new establishment, just so, you could give it rave reviews if you see more in depth,
exactly from the same wavelength
That-
right now.
That almost feels like an after the fact thing, because I feel like it'd be very easy to get in like, this was excellent. May I go compliment the chef, and like get back that way.
That was part of the plan, yeah.
Same brain.
I wonder if they have like a basement
you-
or something.
How? Because I haven't read all the rules for it in a minute. How difficult is it to pull out a summon while you're not in Magi-Knight form?
Technically, I'm not level high enough, but in the investigation phase, I can pull out my summon if my summoning magic. I believe that's right. Right? I think so. I think like it's level. Like if I would have put all my focus
Scroll
into.
phase.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's something. Well, let me.
So I'm not able to yet, but if I were, I think put focus into it.
Okay.
You know.
I have an idea. I don't know that I'm communicating it to the group, but the busboys, are they dressed a certain way?
You
People
haven't
bussing tables.
Yeah, you haven't
or
seen
expos?
anybody bussing tables just yet, but I'll just go ahead and tell you. Yeah, they all tend to wear a very specific uniform here, very fine dining. So the bussers are wearing black slacks, black shirt, black tie, and then they have an apron around their waist.
Got it. Okay, I'm adjusting my plan.
Okay.
At some point, I think I would be happy to sneak into the kitchen, try to sneak, and feign ignorance and say, "Oh yeah, I'm the new dishwasher here," and see if that can get me like access to back room or something, because I'm more brown than the rest of us.
Well, that's a lovely idea, although I do like your idea with the busboy. It is the 90s. I'm sure if we were to ask if they would want something, maybe on the illicit spectrum, perhaps we could get a meeting somewhere with them, do a little trade.
Do any of us have any illicit goods on us to trade?
No. I would, if it wasn't for how we got in here, and also the crayon comment, I might be into your idea, but I feel like there's been too much attention put to your face at this point, Damian.
I mean, just with the maitre d', like, I'm sure, again, I'm a brown face in a white town. I don't know how much attention people are paying to me.
Well, do you think the other employees hate him as much as you do?
I don't know. I just know that, dishwashers are usually less regarded than, and to just say like, yeah, it's my first day. I'm a new dishwasher. Where do I get changed or where do I get ready? And that way I could get access to like the back room where the lockers are or things like that. Assuming they have lockers and, a back room and stuff. But it's just an idea. I don't know.
No, it's actually, I like that train of thought. But we could go a little safer and just say you're interested in a job and see kind of where that takes you. That way it's a little, you're not, putting yourself directly into harm's way.
I like that better. Yeah.
Okay.
But I like your brain. I like where it's going. You're so smart.
Okay. Well, a few moments later, you see your waiter returning to your table. He says, he has a tray of drinks in his hands for you all and begins passing out, the tea, the ginger beer. Actually, I think those are the only two drinks. Everyone else wanted water. So there's that. After placing them down in front of you both, he says, Have you had time to look over the menus? Do you know which ones you wish to choose?
Oh no, I lost the pop-up, and now I forgot what one.
It's the very top of the journal.
Mm-hmm.
Thank.
So how does this work? There's 8 courses, but we're all choosing one thing?
You choose one of the 2 menus. You either choose the grand menu or the vegetarian menu. And from there, each course is brought out to you. If you have any specific allergies or anything like that the chef needs to know, you should tell me now, and I will make sure that he can accommodate that for you. But other than that, you choose one of the two menus, and we begin bringing out your courses.
Definitely the vegetable menu for me, please.
You write that down.
Yeah, I guess I'll get the grand menu. I don't know. It all looks good.
Melody also wants the grand menu, it seems. For the sake of time, like, we don't need to go through all of it. You all make your choices. He tells you each that they're both excellent choices, regardless of which one you choose. And he will be right back with your first. It shouldn't take more than about 15 or so minutes to get ready. And so you are left alone. As you do, you're sitting there kind of watching, looking around at everybody, and more people are beginning to come in as well and take their tables. Those people that are eating are relishing their food. Like, you can just see these looks of pure pleasure on their faces as you all just kind of glance about. I'm just using your passive perception on this one. You can just see that it's an almost euphoric experience to a lot of these people. There's just these blissful looks on their face as they take bites. They're trading bites with one another. The food looks incredible. Even as you glance at other people's tables, like, everything is put together just very, very artistically, placed just so, the right amount of foam on it, just that dribble and slash of sauce. The food looks amazing. Do you do anything during that time? Yeah?
I have a historic question, I guess you could say.
Sure.
If my character's eaten here before, was the quality at this level then, or does it seem like they've suddenly gotten a little more something going on?
I think I would say that's probably a history check.
Cool. I can do that.
And I'm kind of curious about maybe doing an insight check on everybody to see if they're like, because, I've had good food, but is their reactions just like, oh, this is amazing, or is there something like driving?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. There is no history, I just remembered.
That's where I was at.
Yeah.
Nothing happened before the 90s. There is no history.
There is no history whatsoever. I don't like the idea of academic arts. That just doesn't make sense.
I was gonna say, even though it means I'm gonna fail it, would this almost be like a hey, I remember you roll, but for the restaurant?
Or an intelligence roll?
Yeah, I was thinking more.
I was gonna say this is probably like intelligence plus proficiency.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, like intelligence check, because that just seems like it probably would be the better option, because we don't really have in the skill something that you're just trying to remember.
Cool.
So
straight like a recollection.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Can I get it too, since I've also been here?
Sure.
Damn.
That seems right.
Well, what Aisha remembers is that the food quality was amazing back then too. It absolutely was, but not on this level, not quite. It definitely seems like it stepped up a little bit from the last time you were here, which granted was quite a while ago. But there's levels of fine dining, and then there's levels of fine dining, and it's like the chef just kind of broke through a barrier, and everything is perfect. In fact, when your first courses come out and arrive, let's see. Some of you have, it's essentially a sushi dish. It's big eye tuna with wasabi and apple, and there's like some foam on it and stuff. So it's kind of, it's like, well, not even sushi. It'd be more like sashimi. Those of you who got the vegetable menu, it's more of just like a couple pieces of grilled artichokes with some cauliflower puree and pine nuts and mint, and it's gorgeous. Like, looking at it is like looking at a piece of art. Everything is just so. And yeah, if this was one of the during a time when cell phones were prevalent, you'd probably all be taking pictures of it right now. It's gorgeous. And when each one is placed down in front of you, like, you're just like, holy shit. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's impressive.
This is a world above the last tour celebration, huh, Kat?
Yeah. I don't know. Do outsiders? Can outsiders improve the quality of food?
I mean, if they have magic, I assume it's possible.
It's like a Faustian bargain, right?
We know they're involved somehow.
I've seen the outsiders do a lot of different things. It wouldn't surprise me if they could do this too.
Well, we know they're involved here somehow.
Do we actually trust the food enough to eat?
I'm not sure.
Ken?
How often do we get for a fancy restaurant? I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I've been poor my whole life. It has been McDonald's on a special occasion. So every day, so we are gonna do this.
You say that David's tuna is already gone.
We're probably fine.
Melody sniffing her food.
If the Wanderer could get rid of my cancer, this should be easy in comparison.
Oh, and that does remind me. Salem, you said you wanted to get some insight on just the people's reactions. I forgot to have you roll that, so go ahead and roll your insight check.
Just a 14.
14's still not bad at level 1.
Yeah, that's a good level 1 roll.
You look over at these people that are eating the food just in this total euphoric sense. And on the one hand, looking at the food in front of you, you kind of get it. It looks so beautiful. It must taste just like melt in your mouth amazing. And yet, something kind of holds you back a little bit because, like, as you're looking at them, it's too euphoric. They're too invested in eating. Like, you start looking closer, and as these people are feeding themselves, it's almost as if they're trying to force feed themselves. Like, they're shoving the food into their face. If you look closely, there's a little bit of sauce dripping down the chin of one person who's just doesn't even notice it. They're picking up another spoonful and shoving it in their face. The people, they seem almost like they're gorging themselves.
Okay, maybe I won't eat. Damn.
On a tasting menu? Damn, that's impressive. For people who haven't had a tasting menu before, portions come out of like this big.
Yeah.
It's
For those of us who just like went in and sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. You're good.
For those of us who are like just going ahead and eating it, because I'm assuming Damian, on a 6 perception, probably isn't catching that, and just like the minute the food hits the table is like digging in. Is anything happening to us? Like, is there anything is a similar feeling like happening to me, or am I just like eating like normal?
Well, who all is actually partaking in the first course? Dame, I know. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Aisha
Yep.
took like
I don't know why I'm raising my
bites.
hand like I'm in school.
Yeah.
Aisha took a couple bites, but stopped once Salem brought up the point and thinking about
Okay.
it.
I got a crazy.
Pat was busy watching everybody else going, this is just creepy.
And
And-
Melody, to smell the food, that would be either, I would say perception or investigation. You can use either one. Now, yeah, smells fine. Smells pretty damn good. Very appetizing, in fact. So before I go further, I got to ask you whether or not you're going to be eating it as well. Okay. So, those of you who take your first bite, you pick up your fork, you scoop it up, you bring it to your head, open your mouth, you place it in your mouth. And it is the best thing you've ever eaten in your life. Like, it is just out of the blue. Incredible. But that's it. That's all that happens. You take a bite. It's delicious. It's it's unique. The flavor pairings. It's not something that you would have expected work together, but somehow the earthiness and the bitter and the salty and the sweet all together to form this unique concoction that just assaults every single one of your senses all at once. The first thing you're doing is it hits your nostrils, then it goes into your mouth and the flavor explodes. And you can't help it. You just go in for another bite. It's almost impossible not to.
May I do a perception check to see if I can find any fire alarms or things along that nature?
Fire alarm?
Yes,
Certainly.
please.
Absolutely. Make a perception check.
Ooh, no, there is none in there.
Ooh, you do not see one at all. That's got to be an OSHA violation, right?
Oh, God, I don't trust this even more now. Ooh. Okay, second question. Is there by any chance a waiter with a... I have kind of a crazy idea. Is there anybody that happens to be walking by with trayfuls of either like food or cups?
Probably every 10, 15 minutes or go by, but yeah.
Wonderful. I would like to either, I'm going to do it. I want to accidentally get up at the same time as they're walking by and knock the tray onto our table. I want to cause a scene.
You want to cause a scene? Interesting. Okay.
I absolutely would do.
Do you make any indication of this plan?
Well, who hasn't eaten? Is it just everybody has eaten but me and Kat?
Yeah. Or
Mhm.
has even? Yeah.
I think no. I think Salem's gonna go a little rogue on this, unfortunately.
No, just it'll change slightly how she reacts.
Okay, so I'm thinking what this is going to be is a coordination check, because you're waiting for just that perfect moment when somebody comes through the double doors from the kitchen carrying a tray, walks by your table. You're gonna try to just stick your foot out, or describe this for me.
I'm imagining. Okay, so right when they're starting to walk by, get up out of the chair and almost back into them, so that they knock the tray onto our table, messing up everybody's meals as well as whatever they were carrying.
Okay.
Like getting up and kicking your chair out and it
Yeah, that kind of accident. I've done that before as a server. It's really embarrassing.
I like it. Coordination check.
No. Oh my God.
So what happens
Damn.
is you see the person coming with a tray full of food. They're walking out. You're trying to time it, and then suddenly you stand up and push out your chair and kind of back up a little bit. But the waiter is a professional and is always watching for the way their customers move, and sees you as you're starting to stand up and is able to like change course mid-step to just kind of go around you, and they make it to their table.
Sorry. Thought I saw something on the floor. My apologies.
The waiter is putting down that table's food right now, and as they're walking back, you can't help but all glance over and look and see them making the exact same reaction that you all had as you're starting to eat. It's just pure bliss on their faces. Pure, unabashed bliss with each and every bite. And more people are filling in now. The restaurant's probably about 2/3 or more full. Melody just kind of says, "It was your pride on the floor."
Wounded. Takes 1 psychic damage. Oh.
Yeah. Vicious. Well,
So how does it taste?
That's how are you all feeling?
Fine. Well, rephrase. Feeling fine. Could
So
not do
good.
this last year. Could not do this last year. Cat, just try it. You'll understand.
Yeah, I'm ready for the next course. This is incredible.
I think it's fine though. Like,
I've 'cause
4 plates are empty. 2 plates still sit there.
I'll slide mine over to Damian. I'm actually very full still. Ooh, that tea filled me up. I'm good.
Dame, that it hasn't been touched. It looks delicious, and you just can't help yourself.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I split it to you.
Yeah, I inhale it immediately. Sorry, I missed that. I apologize.
No
No,
worries.
you're good.
sushi's not my thing. Does someone want sushi?
The big-eyed tuna is sushi?
More or less.
Yeah.
It's a piece of raw fish. And some
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, if it's just a single piece, yeah, 100%. I will eat all 3 portions.
Absolutely, you do. And it is the best piece of raw fish you've ever had in your life.
Oh my god, I love sushi.
I do too. I'm so impressed
Okay.
with you.
A few moments later, your waiter comes back with another tray.
Kira had
He
a
sees-
question.
Yeah.
Kira asked, "Did the tea taste as amazing as the food?"
Oh, oops. Yep, I do see that. Did you try the tea, Salem?
Kind of roll. We're gonna make a roll for this. What can I just?
You did just say,
I
"Oh,
did,
that
I
tea
did.
filled me up."
Yeah, no, I did.
It's like
I did.
it's just
No,
it's
I did.
completely full next to you.
I did drink the tea.
Yeah, it's Earl Grey. It tastes great. It's slightly
Yeah.
sweetened. There's bergamot in it. It's Earl Grey.
All right, great, perfect.
It's pretty damn good. Like it's not just like a tea bag tea. This is actually loose leaf. This is the good stuff right here.
Fair enough.
Your waiter collects your plates and tells you that your second course will be arriving momentarily. And less than a few minutes later, it does. Your second course looks just as incredible as the first. And in fact, maybe it's even a little bit better. For those of you who got the main menu, it's another piece of fish, hamachi, with green tomatoes, avocado, and Niçoise olives. Very tasty. For those of you on the vegetable menu, you got poached French white asparagus with broccolini, manchego cheese, and fire-roasted red peppers. Both of them look just to die for. And those of you who've already partaken, like just the smell that's coming off of it is making your stomachs grumble with anticipation. Like it's hard to not just dive in right now. And as you're all kind of looking at it, trying to decide whether or not you're gonna eat this one as well, the more people that are in the dining room are just going all out, eating as each course as quickly as they can, but at the same time still savoring it in such a way that it's kind of getting like a little uncomfortable, like you know, mom and dad making out in the other room uncomfortable.
Delicious. Me encanta.
Yeah.
So good.
I know, my descriptives are just horrible.
I am terrified of what this is going to erupt into in 6 more courses.
Oh.
So, does it feel like if your character is a character who normally wouldn't be Goku at the dinner table, so to speak, is there like, does it feel like there's something external being like pulling my strings?
No, not it doesn't feel like you're being compelled to do it, like someone's puppeting you. You're in control of your senses. It's just it's so freaking good that it's hard to not take another bite. Like, you know, when you just have a meal that's so good and you just want to keep eating even though you're stuffed. It's kind of like that same impulse.
Okay. But like it feels like a familiar impulse. It doesn't feel heightened in a way.
Why don't you make for me a purity check?
Okay. I was hoping you would say that. Where is pure? There it is. Why did I roll a 1? I am going to use my inspiration to re-roll this.
Okay.
Bye inspiration. Someday I'll use you for my student ability, but not today. What the hell? Okay. For
Wild.
people who cannot see our dice rollers, I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 7. I used a point of inspiration. I got a natural 1 for a total of 7.
Make a third roll just to see if you roll a third nat 1.
Who said the thing earlier? Who said the thing earlier and set this flag?
It's fine. It's fine.
So it is still working. Yeah. No.
Also, the third roll was a 21.
Okay, so it's not that your character sheet's broken. I just wanted to double check. But yeah. No, it's just fate doesn't seem to want to help you right now, and there's nothing more than just like it's so freaking good you don't want to stop.
See, when I say it's because it's still weird for Aisha to feel like this. As someone who spent a long time controlling her diet. So she's gonna look up and say, I think we should talk to the chef sooner than later, Kat.
Okay.
And she's like still shoving cheesy broccolini, red peppers into her face.
Yeah, absolutely. Melody, you absolutely can be discreet in taking out your soul crystal. Roll me a stealth check. Okay, that's a 16. you very easily slip out your soul crystal, holding it in your hand, and just kind of lean it forward in front of the food and open your palms just a little bit to look at it. And it is glowing like before with the other two. However, the intensity has increased. It's not so much that it's like a blinding light, but the intensity is building in there. So you slip it back into your pocket real quick. Melody informs you all that her soul crystal is glowing as well.
Okay. Before
What do
I
we do?
tried to make it subtle that, like, you know, the food was eaten, but I think maybe we let them know we're not eating it. Draw attention to ourselves now.
Well, I mean, 4 of y'all have already eaten it by this
Well,
point.
I mean, the 2 of us haven't, so
Yes.
my thoughts are, if we haven't consumed it, if the waiters or staff know what's going on, they may come to investigate themselves.
Oh,
Giving
well,
us an in.
do you think they'd know if you hadn't eaten it, even though both of the extras are gone?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, since this is a coursed menu, it doesn't take long before the waiter comes back to clear away the plates. And when he does pause and notice that Kat and Salem's are untouched. And although I'm pretty sure Dame is looking at them right now, like kind of wanting to reach over and having to hold himself back a little bit. But anyway, the waiter looks at those both and say, "Is there something wrong with your course?"
Perhaps. I did get a little bit of a stomach ache from the first meal. I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's just what I had eaten or what was in the... I'm not quite sure, but I think I'm good for now.
Good? I'm sorry.
Thank you. Insight check on this guy
Okay.
as I'm
Insight check.
speaking.
Insight check.
15.
You're just trying to get like his general reaction, or
Well, I'm wanting to know if there's much more nefariousness behind it, because if he's one of the perpetrators, you know, I think he would be a little bit more giving off that vibe of like, oh, you're not eating? Why? You should.
he definitely gives off the, "Oh, why aren't you eating the food? This is odd. This is weird." You watch his eyes kind of narrow at when you say that your stomach's hurting and you're just kind of good. His lips purse a little bit, and he seems to be kind of flustered about that.
It's all right.
We
It
don't
can't
want
all be
milk at
winners.
school. We don't want milk at school today. Don't worry, we'll still pay for it all. So you don't have to worry about that.
Do
She got money.
you want me to
I'm
bring
good.
up the
No, thank you. I do appreciate the offer, but I trust my, like, typically when a food place is not settling well, that just means it actually isn't that good. I'm so sorry.
I'll take his portion.
No,
I'm happy with it.
you
I'm
really
happy.
should. You should. It's just, you know,
Damian,
I'm
you do have a
sensitive, and if
stop
there's
your
not
game
like
coming
the
up.
best quality products, it tends to upset my stomach. But thank you.
the
I have
waiter,
no idea what he's talking about. I think it's delicious. Please give me his portion.
like the waiter doesn't seem like he knows what to do. Should he just take the plate and pass them over to Damian? Should he take them?
Oh,
He's like
100%.
in this moment, like you kind of caught him off guard, and he seems like he's not sure what to do. Finally, after a moment, he says, I'll make sure to bring them to your friend instead."
It's his stomach.
And he like very uncertainly begins collecting the plates, but when he comes to yours, he's like wavering on whether or not to take it away or to give it to Dame.
I'm sitting across. I'm just gonna like stand up, reach over the table, grab the plate, sit down, and be like, I'll take care of this one when you come back with it, and then I got this. I'm just gonna inhale it. Oh my god, it's so good.
It is.
It's so good.
It really, really is. The waiter retreats back towards the kitchen, and as you're all kind of looking about, like, people are still eating. There's still that same sort of euphoria going on, and the dining room is getting close to completely full by this time. You've been here maybe about 45 minutes or so, but everybody is just consuming these beautiful plates almost as quickly as they're brought to the table. Now, obviously, these are tasting, so the portions are much smaller, so you can have more of it. But, like, the moment a plate's set down in front of a person, they're just practically inhaling it. Much like Dane.
Game plan. Time. Next time, I will ask to speak to the head chef. Kat and I will go. You guys get naturally as close to the kitchen as possible, because I have a really bad feeling it's going to go badly once that conversation ends.
As you're...
Can I like go to the restroom now? Just be like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go to the restroom. But then as I go, kind of like take the long way around to like see if I can look inside the double doors. Like, do they have like a window so that people can see?
Well, the bathrooms are right here. The double doors are right here. Probably about a good, 20 feet away from where you're seated. You can't see them quite clearly, and yeah, there is a window on either side, like a porthole window, so servers can make sure they're not hitting people as they walk through.
Gotcha.
You can't see that.
I can't see through it. Like, I have to like walk over to the door.
You can see through it a little bit, like you're looking at an angle, and you can see just a white area in the back, and every so often you see somebody walk by it, or when the door opens, you can see a bit more into it, and you can see that there is a guy in chef whites with his back to the door in front of a long table that have lamps hanging over it. And then past that, there's some more people moving about, but it's very, very quick. The door opens, the door closes, so you're having to look every time. So you don't have a lot of visual there, but you can see that it is a kitchen. It is a bright white kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to draw too much attention to myself, so I'm just gonna use the restroom and then come back.
As you're getting ready to get up, you're starting to stand up, and then you look at the seat next to you, which happens to be empty, but it's not empty right this second. The Wanderer is sitting there. He's seated on the table, or on the chair, his tail wrapped around his body, sitting upright. His ears are kind of twitching a little bit as he looks at you. He does not have the dragon wings right now. It's just the black cat body with the bright green eyes. But he's looking at the table, interested, and he says, "Wow, that's really interesting dishes so far."
What are you doing here? You're gonna get us kicked out.
No one can see him, Damian.
Nobody can see the Wanderer, just us?
For the most part, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
But like, could outsiders see him? Could like cultists see him?
Probably. So I'm gonna make this brief, but I was nearby, and I couldn't help but notice that the black winds are beginning to howl from this location.
Black winds?
Is that a term we, the players, should know?
This is the first time you've actually heard him say anything like that, I think. Although David has heard it before.
I was literally just gonna DM you like, is this a thing that I have heard?
Mm-hmm. It's something that he's said before. The Black Winds are, well, it's kind of hard to explain, but essentially, when big events are beginning to occur, they emit these waves that I can kind of sort of sense when I'm really close to it. It's called the Black Winds, and usually it's an indication of something major going on. So I wanted to check in with you all. And looking around here, well, this is just odd.
Gary?
We're on the same page.
It's way too early for that, isn't it? Like, a very mild panic is over David's face that's clearly visible.
Early for what?
I mean, is this like is this a Relahaya scale thing, or
I'm not sure, to be honest. It feels interesting. It's hard to put my paw on it, to be honest, but I sense energy. Just pure energy radiating all throughout here.
Crystals have been active.
You can't feel that? You can't sense that?
Can I try and sense
Can
it?
we? Is there a check to see if we sense it?
Grasp your crystal and open your mind. Try to feel with the senses other than your normal senses. And for what I need you to do is make either a mysticism or a purity check.
I have that 21 from earlier.
all right?
I rolled a 19. That's not bad.
Not bad
Yeah.
at all.
Has a 23 treat you?
Okay. Well, David with your 23, Damian with your 22, and Melody with your 18. You all clasp your crystals, close your eyes, and just try to concentrate while also letting your mind go blank at the same time. It's a unique sensation, but as you're just sitting there for a moment, your senses sort of expand outward. You feel this. It's almost the easiest way I could describe it is, remember the movie Fern Gully, when Hexus was just like oozing out of the big thing and like climbing on top of it. It sort of feels like that. It's just an odd grayish oozy mist that seems to be coming off of, well, the people around you. You feel the people in the table directly across from you, and you sense this energy being pulled out from them, released, almost as though it's in direct reaction to eating the food. The gluttonous looks on their faces and it's less looking like bliss now that you're opening your eyes and glancing about again, you three. It's less of a blissful look, and it looks more gluttonous. Their faces are just distorted, and at first when you saw them kind of like dirty a little bit from the eating, it just wasn't that bad. But now that you're looking closer and you're opening your senses, it's like they're covering in it. They're just smearing this stuff over their faces and over their bodies, just in an almost perverse level of
The opening is Spirited Away.
what's that? Yeah,
It's the opening of Spirited Away.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. The Spirited Away, the parents just devouring the food in front of them, turning into pigs. Now that's a great visual for y'all. But coming out from them is this just pure pulsating energy being drawn outward and into the air and being pulled towards the kitchen.
Am I immune to it? Is it like not affecting me the same way it's affecting everybody else?
It is actually affecting you a little bit. You can't sense it from yourself, but David and Melody, when they glance over at you, it's a much, much smaller stream. Like a trickle compared to the overwhelming current coming off a lot of the other people in this place. But
Okay.
a little bit of energy is being siphoned off of you as well.
Is there a way for me to shut it down?
You're not sure.
I'm gonna I look over at the Wanderer and Melody and David and say, how do I turn this off? How do I stop?
What? I can't sense anything.
I'm gonna relay what's happening around me and what I fear is happening to me to everyone at the table quietly. Keeping an eye out for the server walking up or people walking by or whatever.
I mean, maybe it's like with the magic crystals. You just gotta hone in your own powers and see if you can stop it that way.
You're not wrong, but
Oh.
we need to be careful. Something is coming, and we need to be on guard. And if we purge ourselves of this using our crystals, using Magi-Knight power, it might see us.
The
Is that a
Wanderer,
bad thing?
as you're saying, is that a bad thing? The Wanderer is kind of stretches upward and puts his paws up on the table and kind of pushes himself up a little bit, and he says, I don't know about you all, but I think you should prepare yourselves. Something's definitely here, and whatever they're doing with this energy, they're collecting it for a specific purpose.
Releasing something?
I don't know. But
Should we all head to the
all-
bathroom and change?
you all have gloom gems, which can be used to create various items. You might want to stock up while you can. We can go into the bathroom one individually and I can make something for you to make things easier.
I think we could go in groups. Especially because I remember in high school, the group I always hang out, mostly the females would all just always go in a group. So it wouldn't be uncommon for 6 girls to just get up from a restaurant and leave. If you guys want to go take care of it, see what you can do first.
Yeah. Come on, girls. Let's powder our noses.
Okay.
I'm too glowy today.
Well, the 3 of you stand up and make your way over to the bathroom. Now, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and pop out the handout for that. As soon as I can find it.
yay. I was digging in the
Is it
book.
the Shards of Power one? Or?
Yep, it's the
Yeah.
Shards of Power one right here.
Oh.
Now you can see on the right-hand side the gem amount, how much it costs to make them, and on the left-hand side it explains what it is. Salem, you also won something out of the claw machine during your free time phase, which we never resolved. So we should do that as well when it comes to your turn.
Sure.
For that one, let's see, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. Give you. You went to the arcade. I want to say you rolled somewhere around in the 70s. So that's a shard of rarity 1 or less.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, so
I
take
will
a look
take
at
that.
those. And since it is 7:23, why don't we go ahead and use this opportunity to go on break? That way our players can look through the shards of power and make some decisions. And when we get back, they'll tell us what they're getting and if they're getting anything, and we will move on. So stay tuned. We'll be back soon. Howdy everybody, we are back, and when we last left off, the Magi-Knights were all taking turns in the bathroom. That way they can buy some shards of power from the Herald. Now what shards of power is they're basically this game's version of potions. They're something that you can use to heal yourself or hurt other people or to have different benefits, just like a potion. So I think we're going to go around the table to do this. I'm going to start with Melody, since Melody can't really talk right now. She is getting the Shard of Clarity Lesser and Mending Lesser, which is it. That's not a lot, so that is a total of 12 gems. You're still keeping the majority of your gems, but you still got at least those two. Let's go to Salem next. Salem, what are you purchasing?
Sure. I guess I should let everybody know, in case anybody's curious, Salem did start out with the Shard of the Magi-Knight. Through the Crane game, I was able to get the Shard of Lesser Mending, and then I am going to be spending 8 to get the Shard of Lesser Clarity.
I like it. Kat, you're next.
I haven't totally decided. I know the Shard of Lesser Mending and Lesser Clarity.
Okay.
But I guess that's it if I'm out of time.
You're not out of
I haven't-
time. You can chime in once we go around everybody if there's something else you still want. Aisha.
I spent almost all of my Gloom Gems. I'm getting the Shard of Mending Lesser, Shard of Clarity Lesser, Shard of Purification Lesser, and a Shard of Tenacity. And since we're talking about what we already have, I already have a Shard of Unstoppable Might from my player link.
Like it. Okay. Damian, you're next.
I'm gonna get the Shard of Mending and Clarity. And I'm gonna ask the Wanderer to level with me that, if my current situation with this black trickle of whatever it is going to the kitchen, if that requires like a Shard of Purification, and if so, I'll buy one.
I would say that the Wanderer tells you that
I'll roll for it.
I'm fairly certain that it'll probably go away in a day or two. But if you're wanting to remove it now, probably a potent shard of purification would be what you need.
Really? Shoot, I don't want to spend that much. Or do I? Can we come back to me? I want to find out what the soul sign condition is.
Sure. David?
Yeah, David grabbed a Shard of Fate and a lesser Shard of Clarity.
Okay. Kat, did you figure out if you want anything else?
I don't know, so I guess I won't get anything else.
Okay. That's totally valid, too.
I think I just need time, like, reading it and quiet, and it's just... I
It's
can't focus, so...
It's okay.
It's been a long day.
Each of you spend a few moments in the bathroom stall with the Wanderer, and as he transfers the energy from your gloom gems and transforms them into small shards of about hand size, a shard of crystal, you're able to pick them up. You can add them to your inventory, and you all make your way out to the table again. Which, by the time you all kind of do your round table of being in the bathroom, the next course has been laid out. It's beautiful. They're all very, very gorgeous. Dame, you have 2 plates in front of the spot that you've been sitting. Everyone else has theirs except for Salem and Kat, who don't have anything. The maitre d', or not the maitre d', your waiter says to you, here is your next course, but well, the chef is concerned about the 2 of you who aren't eating. You said something is upsetting your tummy a little bit, and would you like him to come out and speak with you? Perhaps figure out something else for your consumption?
Actually, I was hoping I could have a conversation with the chef. I had a couple questions. I wanted to compliment his great improvement from the last time I was here.
Absolutely. I will inform him. He will... I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but I'm sure he'll be out as soon as he can.
I would love to see how he's improved the kitchen, actually, compared to the last time I was here and got a tour.
Make a persuasion check.
Well, Tony, don't fail me now. 24.
24. He says, well, that is slightly irregular, but just one moment. I'll go ask the chef. And he goes scurrying away back to the kitchen. Do you do anything in the interim while you're waiting? Those of you who have eaten already, the food in front of you is incredible looking. Your mouth is watering. Your stomach is growling. And like it's almost impulsive. Your hand reaching out to try to grab it. Now, each of you can choose to try to resist this if you want to.
Yes, please.
Yep.
You're going
Damian.
You're going to be making a roll to resist as a mysticism check.
At least I didn't roll a 1.
Well, that is true. However, with that 3, the other 3 of you are able to resist, and well, like your hands are reaching out, but you grab it and pull it back, and like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not eating anymore. And then you all look over at Aisha, who's just just pushing it into her mouth as quickly as she can.
I'm an
Can I try to stop her?
I'm an Arab Japanese girl. They put curry in front of me. What was I supposed to do?
And no, you cannot try to stop her. Like, you just looked over and she's already eating. You can try to stop her from eating any more if you'd like to. It's going to be an opposed athletics check, but she's already consumed.
Can I try to stop her?
Good news. It's going to be very easy.
I want to try to stop her.
Whoever's trying to stop her, make athletics checks.
I would like to powder my nose again.
Yeah. With that 12, you are able to reach out and grab her hands and stop her and push her back to the back in the chair. Yeah, like low-key, your hands actually have your food on it, and like Kat is currently holding your hands, and you're like trying to lick them.
Please bring me to the washroom very quickly.
you
Drag Aisha to the washroom.
Okay, you drag her to the washroom. What happens there?
I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands as soon as I get in there.
Absolutely.
Splash some water in my face.
It's
redo my makeup.
This food is ruining your makeup.
It's probably a little weird. Like that impulse control just was gone the moment the plate touched the table and the waiter walked away. The moment you're done talking, you were eating.
This conversation is probably not going to go well.
Let's see. Well, by the time you make it out to the table again, both of you, you see the waiter approaching with a man wearing, chef whites. He has a tall paper hat on his head. His name is monogrammed onto the front of the shirt. This is Chef John Hana. I'll type that in for you. John Hana. He approaches the table and he looks to you all and he says, "It's been brought to my attention that one of your courses did not suit you, and you've requested to not have any more. I wanted to see if there's anything wrong and if there's anything I can do to help you out."
I think it was a pre-existing condition. However, I would love to see how you've improved the restaurant over the last year or so.
Indeed, your waiter did mention that as well. That's an interesting request. I'm not usually in the business of bringing people into my kitchen. My craft work is proprietary.
I just feel like I'm on the cusp of a song, a new set of lyrics that I'm writing, and I feel like seeing you at work might result in a dedication to you and your craft. I will be remaking my debut very soon.
Make a persuasion check.
Please, guys.
And if I
Well,
might
tell me
add,
now.
in fact,
I'm a charisma student. Thank you. Thank you. That's a 22.
And what were you saying, Salem?
oh, well, Salem was going to add to it, like, it could be beneficial. Unfortunately, my experience here might be lacking, but I think perhaps the voice of a celebrity and their endorsement might do a little bit better than mine, but it's fine. I know, cooking, you can't please everybody.
And we're not trying to. We do want to find any secrets to your secret ingredients or something, but
Not that there would be, right?
I'm
no,
not
I'm just
that.
meaning like we're not trying to steal recipes or something. We just want to see.
With that 22 persuasion, the chef is looking thoughtful, but finally says, I suppose a small tour wouldn't be out of the question for such a fine and well-known celebrity such as yourself. Would you
Okay.
I suppose I could bring you back after your meal is complete. Though, and he looks back at the table, and the only plate that's been cleared is Aisha's.
I would love to see the next course.
In preparation?
I mean, we're on 4, right? Like the next one will be 4. Yeah.
It's a dessert one.
1 hour poached hen's egg. I've never even seen what a morel mushroom looks like raw before.
I'm gonna say that, yeah, riding along with your that 22 you made, the chef says, very well, very well. You're so since you seem so passionate about watching me work, I guess I could be convinced to walk you back. Well,
Aisha's just gonna wordlessly pull on Kat's arm and say, "Don't go anywhere with my backup dancers."
Mm-hmm.
Like cling to it a little bit.
Don't eat everything in sight.
Steps on her foot accidentally.
The chef looks at you and is like, very well, a quick tour, as I said. And he kind of motions to the two of you to follow him. Now, as the 4 of them walk away, the rest of you, you're sitting there looking at your plates, watching Aisha and Kat follow the chef up to the kitchen. As you do, you look around and you notice that the people at the table next to you are eyeing your food with very strong, lustful eyes. They are kind of leaning their chairs, looking. It's almost as you know in Looney Tunes when the aroma of something delicious comes up and it hits their nostrils and starts dragging them along. That's kind of it almost look a little bit like that. Aisha,
Are you
what?
are you gonna be gross with it, or
Be gross.
okay? Then no, you can't have it.
Oh, they're definitely looking at you, at the food, not at you all, but at the food. And when you say that no, you can't have it, more eyes go to your group and your table. But while that's going on,
Yeah.
Melody and Kat, the both of you are led into the kitchen.
Aisha.
Yeah, sorry, Aisha and Kat. I can't, I'm a father. I can't say anyone's names right. It's just known. Aisha and Kat, the two of you are brought into the kitchen, being led by the chef and followed by your waiter. It's a kitchen. It's a fine dining kitchen. So there's a bunch of stoves. There's a grill. There's a bunch of tables where people are working. It looks fairly normal, except for the rather large black crystal that's growing out along the wall to the northeast, right over here. It's big. It looks kind of like a quartz formation crystal coming out of the wall, and spread in about 3 or 4 different places, and it seems to be pulsing a little bit. Like the moment your eyes hit it, your soul crystals kind of vibrate a little, and you just feel this pulse coming off of the thing. In your mind's eye, I think at least one of the two of you have passed the mysticism check to look. Did either of you know? Actually, no, maybe you didn't. No, I think everybody else
purity.
What's that?
I did purity and I failed.
Yeah. Okay. So even though, like, you guys haven't been able to sense this energy, but looking at the crystal there in the wall, you kind of get the idea of what it was they were feeling. It's almost as this thing is pulsing because it seems to be growing a little bit. The structure of it kind of expands and contracts a little. Expands and contracts, but every time it expands just a tiny bit bigger. The chef, however, seems oblivious to this fact. Go ahead.
I was just like, is that mold?
I think
It is black and it's not supposed to be here. It's black mold.
Logic.
Yep.
Yes. That doesn't look good. Okay, so what is the tour of this kitchen?
The chef seems to be walking towards the big, long table with all the heat lamps above it, and said, well, you wanted to see your next course being plated, and we're getting ready to do this now. A tray comes sliding over to him, provided by one of the servers, with plates already on it. And then you see, Gordon Ramsay style, they hand over the pot or the skillet or whatever it is they're cooking. They hand it to him. He begins plating it from there. He's very fast. He's has a couple little spatulas, little tongs. He puts on his gloves and just starts very, very rapidly plating these plates. It's interesting to see because he's moving hella fast.
You are quick. There's a door.
Yeah, there actually are a couple doors. There's a door to your right over here. You can also see that towards the back there are a few more doors, one leading outside and a couple walk-ins.
How do you do that so quickly?
Well, years and years of practice honing my craft. It's just a lot of practice. He says as he's throwing these all together. Someone hands him a bottle of some type of liquid, and he puts a little bit on each plate before building up the next thing with the garnishes and all of that. That crystal is still just pulsing and growing, pulsing and growing, pulsing and growing. It's very obvious to you all, but the chefs that are all working there seem completely oblivious to it.
Mm-hmm.
Break it.
Actually, I'm just gonna whisper to Kat. Tell the others I'm gonna do something stupid.
Uh-oh. I want to break it, but I don't know how.
Well, while we're thinking,
While once she like whispers that, she immediately starts walking over to the crystal to lean on it.
Okay. Kat will peek out the door if she can and see if she can see what the others are doing.
and that's a perfect way to segue over to the other four, who, in the few minutes that your friends have been gone, the people in the dining room are all now just staring at you. The food is on the table in front of you, and a few people actually are starting to like inch up out of their chairs and start walking towards the table.
Is there anybody in this back corner table?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
Rude.
Oh, we've already established there's people here. We're fucking surrounded.
Well, we could make a scene.
There's already a scene happening. I don't think we can make anything worse
You're
than
right.
what's already happening.
Throw the plate.
Where?
Okay.
You pick up a plate
I
and
was-
throw it. Where are you throwing it?
Yeah. I think just chucking it over here, like, I can't even get it.
Just to
right
the opposite
there.
side of the room?
Just
Yeah, just taking the full plate of unused food and just,
like
I don't-
discus throwing it.
oh yeah, like, chucking it.
The moment you pick it up and throw it, you watch as like half a dozen people go racing after it, almost zombie style, running towards it, trying to grab it. A couple of them land on their knees on the ground when the plate hits the ground and shatters, and they're just grabbing the food, shoving it into their mouths now. More people are starting to get up and approach you all. Their arms are outstretched. They're looking at your plates, but they're also looking at you with renewed interest.
I'm gonna get up and start making my way over to the kitchen.
Melody
Am I-
apparently is doing the same.
The meal's over.
I'm going to help, because I was going to suggest just like back up against the wall and let people do whatever they. But no, David picks up a plate and, following Salem's lead, throws it towards the entrance, away from the kitchen, hoping
Yeah.
to like maneuver the zombie horde away from the kitchen so that the others have free reign.
All right, well that looks like fun. I'm gonna do the same. I'll pick up my plate and frisbee it to
Let's
the
go,
opposite
Team
corner as well.
Chaos.
Okay, so you all are grabbing plates, flinging them across the room. The waiter comes running out from the kitchen yelling, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He is ignoring all the people coming at them and yelling at you. Do you know how expensive those plates are? Do you know how important this meal is? What are you doing? As people are literally like crawling over your table now, trying to get at whatever's remaining at the table, while in other parts, like groups of people are on the ground in front of the broken food and are trying to eat it.
I think David just looks this person like square in the eyes, like looks kind of at some of the other nonsense and then looks directly at them. Yes, I am.
I don't know what kind of establishment you have here, but OSHA's on the way. There were some bugs in these plates. It was disgusting. I have never in my life been so offended by such a portrayal of what you call culinary art. I am just disgusted at all artists. Never. Good day.
So as this is going on, you're saying this to this guy, and this look just changes on his face. He's no longer the smiling, over-eager server. He has a dark look on his face. He is angry. and you see him reaching into his server apron and pulling out a long, dark, jagged knife. Now, while that's happening, Aisha has walked over to the crystal and leaned on it. So I'm going.
A hand.
What's that?
Like specifically, like reached out a hand and touched and like put a little weight on it. And she like makes eye contact with the chef.
The moment you do, I need you to make a roll to resist magic.
Okay. I know how to do that. I don't need to ask how do I do that, but if I did, would it be I roll plus my mam?
So what you're rolling, everybody has one of two things. They either have a roll to resist physical or a roll to resist magic. If you have a roll to resist physical and I have you roll it, you'd either be rolling strength, dex, or con. But for this, a roll to resist magic, it's either going to be a wisdom, intelligence, or charisma saving throw, whichever one you're proficient in, if you're proficient in them. If not, you're just going to roll the skill you use to cast your spells.
Oh, okay. So I use the saving throw area.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Really? Really? That's fine. That's fine. It's a natural 1 for a total of 6.
You reach out and you touch this crystal. And the moment you do, you feel this static electric shock that hits you and pushes you back. You are going to take a total of... Wow. 12 points of psychic damage. And...
Nope.
Where's my condition?
Yeah, no one's transformed.
I currently have more HP, not transformed anyway.
And you now have the distressed condition.
Okay. Point of order.
Mm-hmm.
That brings me to 0. Can I, as I'm hitting 0, activate my soul crystal and transform?
So, unfortunately, no. It just hits your student persona. So, the moment you take that full damage, you just drop. And you hear... Well, you're going to hear this. I lost my cracking sound. That's upsetting. There it is. You hear that as your soul crystal cracks. But you then hear the voice of the Wanderer saying to you, "No, Aisha, no! You can still... It's not time. You haven't even transformed yet. You can't go unconscious now. You can still stay up. You can still be okay, but you know what you have to do."
Take on a second fracture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no question. I'm taking on the second fracture.
Yeah. Cat will scream out when she collapses.
And I'm going to need everybody to go ahead and roll some initiative.
Just to kind of let everybody know something's going on here.
Oh yeah, I'd say everyone can hear her yell out.
Yeah, no,
Remember
there's a big yellow pain.
Don't forget to click your tokens as well.
Yeah,
Look at everybody being good and remembering to click their tokens.
Yeah.
I've clicked my token, but where is initiative on the sheet? Why am I so blind to that? There it
It's
is.
next to your
middle
armor
top.
class.
Yeah, middle top.
I
I'm
hold
always
on
getting
with
shitty initiative.
one student
Ugh.
HP at this point.
Yes, you're going to be at 1 H. Well, you're at 1 HP until you transform.
Yeah, well, they're different pools.
Yes. Okay, I got a lot of stuff to do here real quick, so just bear with me.
Okay. Well, Pat had been peeking outside and then peeks back at Aisha and streams. So Melody had, I guess, got to the door. So everyone else is throwing food and yelling at the waiter. Oh, poor Aisha.
I will also remind you, well, Melody, you don't need it, but if you wanted to, your random Rhapsody coin also works on initiative if you wanted to hire one. Just so you know.
Yeah. See if you can hit higher than 19.
I think Melody's
Come on.
19 is pretty good.
Yeah, because that's a
Come on, there's a 15% chance you'll do better. Isn't that good?
I think Melody is one of the higher. It's the second highest here. Kind of makes sense. Aisha's initiative is so low after being almost dead. Does transforming use an action?
Don't think it does. I think it's a free action. Kira's shaking her head, so no, it is just a free action.
Where do we put the shards that we purchased?
I've been putting them
usually
just in
put it
inventory.
Inventory.
Oh, there it is.
I
Oh, I
didn't
have a
see
shard of solidarity.
inventory.
That was psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see inventory, so I just put it under treasures. Oh, there is the item name there. That's hopefully where it should have been. I will add them there.
I had this whole plan of trying to like guilt the chef into admitting what he was doing and freaking out by being able to see the crystal. But mice and men.
Yeah.
For a moment, I'm like, it's probably not a good idea to touch that, but it was too late.
I did say she was going to do something really stupid.
And you did. Congratulations.
It's true. It's true.
True to your word.
Okay. Let's get things going. So, as I mentioned, quite a few people are actually coming up at you, and I'm going to move them just so you can see where they are. That one probably was about right there. This group is over here. They've been, they're eating on the ground. This group right here, you threw one plate at the door, and so they're down here. And all the tables are full, just so you know. Not everybody has been moving to get you all yet, but some of them definitely have. Starting things off, we have Salem, who has just started a bit of a food fight that has gone so wrong. So, Salem, what would you like to do?
I think for the free action, it's time for a little transformation. So I would like to transform. And then go from there. Do we do the speech, or are we just gonna...
It's up to you. Do you want to describe a quick transformation?
Certainly. Quick transformation is going to be Salem summons a little conducting wand, and you watch as vines kind of spring out around his arms, his wrists, almost like a puppet marionette as he starts conducting music. And as it's going on, vines are going to slowly encapsulate around him until it just bursts into a giant flower, revealing transformed him holding the parasol.
I like it.
And then for my action, I will go ahead and summon out Arya.
Absolutely.
And I will be summoning her in... Ooh. I'm going to do Void.
Like it. You can go ahead and pull out Arya, place her on the map.
I will. Maybe? 5, 10, 15. I will summon her there. And I will have her attack. Oh, wait. No, I can't do that. So, I'll just... Yeah, I summoned her out. I don't have a bonus action, so we're good.
Okay. You need me to pull the token out for you?
No, I pulled it out. It's right behind the...
Oh, I see it now. Okay, I just didn't see it on the screen first.
Oh, no!
That's okay. Let's go ahead and pull out the map so everyone else can see what's going on. That's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And the trencherman that is there, the cultist that is in the waiter's uniform, has this long dagger in their hand. What is it? Athame? Something like that. It's a weird word. Anyway, it has its knife out, and Dane, you are right there next to them. So they're going to try to stab you. Actually, no, I got a better idea. It's not going to do that. It's going to do something else. Because, you know, you're still kids. You're just, right now, people who has refused to eat, although a transformation has just happened. So I think what they're going to be doing is they're going to be using their otherworldly curses ability. So I'm going to need everybody that's within 60 feet of them, which is, well, pretty much everybody, I think, yeah. Well, Aisha, would Aisha be able to? I feel like that's a bit too far for her to hear it. So, but Melody and Kat, you are both on right there, right here in front of the door and right behind the door, and it was open, so you two would be able to hear it. So I need everybody but Aisha to make a roll to resist purity check.
How are we rolling that? I forget.
You
I'm
just
sorry.
roll a purity check.
Oh, okay, got it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ouch. Melody rolling a 1. She's using the random Rhapsody coin. Good call.
Nice.
Much better with a 21.
Better. Oh,
Okay. Kat, what'd you get?
19.
19 success. Salem.
I got a 22.
22 success. Damian.
11.
Failure. Melody rolled a 21 and succeeded. David.
I got a 10 and succeeded.
10, failure.
Damn it.
I
So,
was like, what? How?
everyone who failed is going to take 2 stress points.
What if your name is David and you're already here maxing your stress points?
I'm not. David doesn't get stressed, he gets exhausted.
Yeah.
It was.
It's very easy to gain exhaustion and very difficult to gain stress. And
was a
removing
bit-
them is the opposite.
Okay. Once they do their curse and see the stress building on David and on Damian's face, the cultist smiles and just kind of chuckles a little bit. They do see the weird looking animal there next to it. Seems to be having that dagger ready and is waiting to see what you all do now. And the next person who is in turn order is Melody. Melody, I assume you're transforming first. Which you can absolutely do. And we're not going to worry about a descriptive right now. You just transform.
Oh.
Okay, you're going to be attacking the chef after transforming. You push past and around Cat. The chef kind of has their back to you right now and is looking more focused on the plates, but they do look up and see you coming. What do? Attack.
Looks like a 12 to hit.
I'm looking at the AC real quick. 12 does not hit. A 17, however, just hits. Four points of slashing damage on the chef, who looks at you and gives you a very evil-looking grin. At the end of your turn is David.
All right. David is. I already mathed this out earlier, but for anybody who didn't see, David's gonna move right here with 35.
Okay.
And these groups, these hordes,
Mm-hmm.
these hungers of diners, have they like finished and are focused on us, or are they still like on these plates?
No, they've definitely all looked up now that things are actually happening, and they're in that kind of crouch phase, getting ready to spring up an attack.
Okay. In that case, this one over here on the right is within explosion range. Oh yeah, transform while running, obviously.
Absolutely.
We're in immediate like flash transform mode.
Tell us a little bit about your super quick transformation.
Oh, this is this is just, you know, when you like in Power Rangers when they're like running to a fight and everybody just like he just kind of this, and then there's like the flash as it kind of goes over.
Yeah.
As he almost like runs through it.
Absolutely. You are now standing transformed.
I'm a explosion that group over there. This one.
Explode all over him, buddy.
Gross.
Again, we're minors.
Are we? 18.
Yeah.
We might not be after this experience. Yeah. How's a 20 treat you?
I mean, I suppose a 20 is fine.
How's a 15 damage to the horde treat you?
You send out this wave of discordant force. And as you do, just sound waves explode around them, wiping them back and doing a fairly decent amount of damage to them. They look severely hurt, but not quite gone. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna... oh, wait. Hold on. Never mind. Yes, that's it for the turn.
Fair enough.
Actually, no. One more thing. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to shout into the kitchen, just, everybody okay? What's going on?
Aisha down.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I'll probably have to do this on my initiative, but did I see any windows in the bathroom
None.
when I was in there? No windows.
No
Okay.
windows. Not in the bathroom, though. It's kind of weird.
Can't sneak out the bathroom window.
What was your plan?
Next up, we've got one of the chefs who has been working behind the counter on the grill side. They look at Aisha, who is like on the ground, kind of crouched down, looking severely hurt and not really moving right now, and sees the Magi-Knight Soul Seeker just attacked the chef. So they are gonna I think they're gonna go ahead and send out a shot at Melody. Melody, you are...
Can you remove some more of the black in the kitchen? I just see like slivers.
Yeah, that's because you're not in there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
so everyone
dynamic
else.
lighting.
Dynamic lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see the area David shot at.
Nope, not at all. Just kind of sucks that way. But anyway, you watch as this chef, they put down their chef knife for a second and hold their hands out, and as they do this, they begin speaking these words, and water starts to form in between their hands, crystallizing into ice, a little ball of ice that they then shoot at you, Melody. Or Soul Seeker, I should say. That should not have been to GM. I assume an 18 hits. 5 points of water damage. They are then going to move over to Aisha. Looks like they're planning on grabbing her their next round.
Oh, they're gonna regret that.
The next thing that happens is the chef seems to be grinning down at you, Melody. And as that he does, his entire form begins to expand outward. This scene is a little bit on the gruesome side, so if anybody has any problems with body horror, you might want to give me a couple minutes. But what happens is, cracks start to appear along their face, going down their body, as the skin just begins to stretch outward and outward, breaking away as almost like a husk. Pieces of their flesh just fall down in ribbons as the chef continues to expand upward and upward. And instead of the chef being there, you see a large, looming figure. It kind of looks a little bit like a crustacean. It has a long tubular body with a slightly pointed head that is covered in horns and spines. 2 long antennae come out from the top and hang downward as the body begins to expand outward. It has 4 long, pincer-like legs springing out from either side of it. And it has 2 massive claws. It kind of almost looks like a prawn, a gigantic prawn, but colored in these bright yellow streaks and black lines. Well, it looks kind of something like this, which I'll show you now. Melody shouts out "disgusting" as loud as she can. As you see this happening, one of the legs actually begins to move on its own accord. And they all come swarming at you, trying to grab at you, Melody. So I'm going to need you to make a roll to resist physical.
An 18.
Absolutely. You're 18. You see these long, spindly legs covered in spines reaching out, trying to grab at you. You duck down, and it goes flying overhead. You have to weave to the side as another one comes out, swiping at you. The legs seem to be moving on their own accord and working together to make O attacks. But that's its turn. Next thing that happens, there is another group of people at this table right over here that have been eating and gorging themselves the entire time. They look over towards... they've been kind of not really paying attention to a whole lot until the Magi-Knights showed up. As they do, they're seeing this. They see David and Katrina. They see David transformed into Cacophony. They've seen Melody transform into Soul Seeker, and they all lay backwards in their chairs. And as they do, you see just this exhalation of, at first it almost seems like mist or water vapor, but the more of it comes out, filling the space above them, creating these crystalline entity structures floating above their prone bodies, which I'll show you here. These odd sort of crystals begin sprouting arms out from their bodies. The top of it extends upward, cracking, and to reveal an odd-looking head, like shape. There's no real eyes. There's no real there's no mouth, but you almost get the sense that it's still screaming and howling as it goes flying towards David. And attempts to engulf him. So I'm going to need you to make a roll to resist physical as well.
Which
It's
stat?
Dex. It's whatever stat you want. If you have a proficiency in one of them, you use that one. If not, Dex, Strength, or Con. One of the three.
Okay. Sorry, for some reason I thought that those ones were specific.
So it's specific in two ways. There's a roll to resist physical and a roll to resist magic. If you have proficiency in one of those, that's what you selected.
Yeah, no, for some reason I had them as like asymmetrical in my
gotcha.
head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Dex 7.
Oof. That is a failure. You are going to take 16 points of non-elemental damage.
Cool.
Next up is Katrina.
Oh boy. So many things. Well, first Cat will transform, hold up her crystal and do the little swirly thing. Oh, it's not working. Yeah. Totally changed what I have to do. I don't know what to do anymore.
I mean, transforming might be a good idea.
Yep. That's what she's doing first, is transforming. She does
Okay.
the transform.
Real quick, tell us about your super quick transformation.
Well, she's just gonna hold up her crystal and like zoom whirlwind around her, and she's transformed as she takes a step to the side.
Don't forget to flip your token.
I'm doing
Don't forget to flip your token.
I'm doing it.
Oh,
I
cool.
don't know how to. Oh, there. I don't know how to do. So, I was just gonna hit the chef, but the chef isn't there anymore.
He's sort of there. I mean, he's filling quite a bit of the space right now.
Yeah, but I was just gonna hit him with my my whip thingy, my ribbons. But I think I will attempt to do a beam, because I think that will hit harder if I hit.
Okay. What are you trying to beam?
The big guy.
The big guy, absolutely. Well, that 23 is going to hit.
Ooh, 15 air damage. I don't know what.
15 points of your wind damage.
Don't know what that is. I don't know if I can do anything else. Don't think so.
Well, as a bonus action, you can rush your beam spell. It's going to do half damage, but it will still cost the same amount of magic.
Yeah, I have to remember how much that costs.
Oh, it's
I don't
3.
remember
It's
how-
3 magic. MP.
Three magic. Okay. How does the rush work?
All it is you're using your bonus action to cast the same spell. It costs the same amount of mana, but it does half damage. So whatever your damage roll is, if you hit, then we half that.
Then I'm out of magic.
You only have 6 magic?
I have 8.
But our spells cost like 3 to cast.
That's, yeah. And then don't forget that if you miss, you get half the magic back as well.
Yeah, I get a point back if I miss.
So it's up to
Okay,
you.
I will use my bonus action and try to hit again.
Okay. 23 does hit.
And I got 23 damage, so half that.
Wow, that's still pretty damn good. 11 extra
Too
points
bad
of
that didn't
damage.
go the other way around and I got the 23 full.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, I think that's all I can do. I'm almost tempted to go open that door, but
You
I think
open the
that would
door.
be something else. I'm afraid to let something else in. Do you blame me?
No, not at all. Because the funny thing is, the thing that's on the other side of the door is coming up right after you, and they open the door anyway. There was somebody right behind that door, and it did come up to their turn. And they are coming rushing out to see what's going on. You hear a "Sacre bleu!" and they pull out a dagger and try to stab you. I assume a 20 hits.
Oh.
For 5 points of piercing damage.
Ouchie! There goes most of my life.
Were they cooking with Athame?
Probably.
They have olendations in them. How? That's a bad cooking knife.
Next up, the Maitre D from the front is coming to run into the dining area. You're going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 feet to right there. Let's see here. I think they're going to be taking a shot at Salem. They put their hands together, begin saying something, and this ball of swirling energy comes into their hands. It's almost like a tiny maelstrom between their hands that they then launch at you. This bolt of air comes flying towards you, Salem, but I assume a 12 misses.
You assume correct.
And he kind of curses there. Next up, we have a group of mind-controlled humans. They are going to be moving. These are the ones that got damaged by Cacophony's blast. They are going to be moving 5, 10, 15. Yeah, 25 and 30. They can get to right there. They're going to have to use their action to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right here. They're coming towards David and the tiny summons that is there on the ground. Got 3 groups I'm going to have to do here. Group number 2 is this group that was on the ground. They are going to be moving towards Salem to attack. 5, 10, yeah, they can get around you. We're going to just move this guy like here. Makes sense. I'm going to need you to make Salem a roll to resist physical. So either dex, strength, or con.
13 dex.
13 is unfortunately a failure. You are going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Remember that
All right.
hordes do overwhelming attacks. They attack as one, they move as one, and the damage and the DC is dependent on how many of them are in the horde at the time. So if one of them dies, the DC drops. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just reminding y'all how hordes work. Last group of the mind-controlled humans are going to be moving up as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet to right there. Yeah, I think I'll have them swarm around Damian as well. However, they can't attack. They had to use their dash action to get to that point. Next up, we have the body of the chef. The last time that something happened, that was the legs. The legs seem to function as a horde in and of themselves. The body moves separately. And it's now its turn. Let's see. It's going to make. It's got 2 attacks. It's going to be making attacks at both Melody and or Soul Seeker and Sky Seeker. Need to start. I rolled an 11 and a 12. He tries reaching out with these 2 large pincer-like claws, throwing them like spears trying to grab at you. You both just duck out of the way, rolling to one side, and you're able to dodge. As a bonus action, since Melody, you are right there next to him. Soul Seeker, you're right there next to him. As a bonus action, he's going to use his knife skills. As a bonus action, the target lets out a cackle of excitement, grabbing up 2 knives from the table, and just starts slashing wildly at you. You are going to be taking the Bleeding 2 condition. At last, we come to Damian, who is still not transformed, so I assume you're going to be doing that first. Tell us a little bit about that.
Similar to everyone else, I'm just going to quick transform, which essentially looks like a blinding flash of red and orange and yellow light as like everything on my body ignites. And is immediately replaced with the uniform.
Love it.
I'm gonna shout out to everyone because just to be clear, every table is full. We're seeing a fraction of the people, right?
Yeah. What you see, not everybody is attacking your group. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are still at the table, and I'll tell you about what's going on with that on their turn. But the tokens you can see are who's attacking you right now.
It feels like a yet. Not everyone is attacking yet. So I think he's gonna yell out to his entire team. We're outnumbered. We need to run. There's no way we're gonna survive this. We have to run. And so can I disengage some way from the people that are around me, or
I think there might be a disengage.
Do I have to take an attack of opportunity?
Let me double check real quick. I don't remember if there's a.
There's no disengage in the core book.
Yeah, I don't. So then, no, I don't think there is.
It's called something else.
Oh, Melody's saying, or Kira's saying that you can choose to disengage, but it takes a full round action.
Oh wow, that sucks. Man,
Yeah, withdraw from combat lets you take 60 feet of movement and not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Where's the nearest window?
The nearest window from where you're currently standing would probably be down here. There's one right there, one right here.
Whoa. There's none on the wall.
Let's
Okay.
see. Well,
There's the stained glass windows
there's the
with like
stained
the
glass
stuff.
windows that are along this side over here too.
And are those big enough for like a body to fit through? Like, are they, floor to ceiling stained glass windows, or?
They are kind of narrow. Could you get your bulk through it? Probably. You might have to, you're gonna have to do some climbing. It's not like they're all the way down to the ground. They're about like at chest height. But
Okay.
but you would be able to fit through it, kind of going sideways.
Okay. Okay, for now...
Just shoulder check a window, it's fine.
I mean, that is the idea. I'm sure we could get up there easily by climbing on the table. For now, I don't want to use an entire action to disengage. So I will cast Explosion on the people surrounding me. Does it include the Mater D, or is it just on the 4 horde?
No, it's just on the horde.
Okay.
Each horde can be targeted by an explosion, or you can target individuals with explosion, but you can't choose who's included.
Got it.
Oh.
It's a 16 to hit.
16 is enough to hit it, because you're just rolling above a number.
I guess that's 11 damage, is that correct?
11 points of damage, yeah. Of fire damage for you specifically.
On this horde. And I guess that will be my turn.
Okay. That's it for you. Next up is the chef that just got kind of smashed by the giant crustacean that has morphed in the middle of the kitchen. They're going to have to use their action to kind of climb out from underneath it, because they were not able to get away before he transformed. This guy is going to have to use his full action to crawl out from that, so it's basically an athletics check for him. Which is fine with a 20.
He should have failed it.
He didn't. Then that was his action. He's then going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to right here, just taking up a better position. At the bottom of turn order is Aisha.
I'm reminding myself how exhaustion works. It basically just is negative to physical.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exhaustion
sort
works
of.
on your hard stats.
Yeah.
And stress works
Cool.
on your soft stats.
Okay, so
Sort of. You roll a d6, and if you roll,
not at level 1.
Yeah, not if you only have 1 point of exhaustion, it's not something you need to worry about. It's only when you get 2 or more.
oh, okay.
Cool. So yeah, Aisha, I kind of imagining like as she's like falling and her soul crystals cracking, the necklace comes out and it just starts shining brighter and brighter until it envelops her and the armor appears. And as the sword materializes in her hand and the ahoge sticks up, she goes, "I'm not the innocent girl. So you can just..." And just standing up, swings her defenders. How do I do a roll? Well, I guess I'll just minus it after I do the roll. So 16
For what? Why are you subtracting 1?
because of my point of exhaustion.
No. Exhaustion only affects you if you have 2 or more. If you have 2 or more, you roll a d6, and then if you roll under that number, like if you roll a 1 or a 2, then you subtract 2 from your roll.
Okay, I thought it was like it. That makes more sense.
Yeah. It's not just an automatic thing that happens all the time. It only starts affecting you when you've got 2 or more.
Cool.
So you're good.
Sorry. Then 17.
Yeah, 17 definitely hits.
Cool. I'm gonna roll damage.
And I believe that also staggers them, pushes them back.
Oh, that does stagger. You're correct.
Oh, wait a minute. No.
That is...
No, it doesn't.
Wait,
You have to roll
13.
a number on the... What number? You have to roll a certain number on the dice.
Yeah, you're right. It's on the die, which is 14. I believe.
So actually, no, I don't think it would work then.
Oh, no, it's... on an attack roll of 16 or higher.
Yeah, so you have to roll a 16 on the dice.
Is it on the die? Okay. I wasn't sure because I copied paste that straight from the book.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to roll a
If it just
16 or
says-
higher for it to do that.
If it just says attack roll, that seems more open to interpretation.
Now, Kira's confirmed it for us before. It
means the die,
specifically
yeah.
means the die. You have to roll 16 on the die itself.
Yeah.
To get the stagger.
Yeah, because it does not say on an attack roll. It says on an attack die, which are different
Yeah.
things.
The roll is the die.
But anyway, it still hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool. Oh, did that not... I dragged it. 6.
6 points of damage. You slash at them with that giant sword of yours, cutting into them deeply. The chef does kind of grunt a little bit in pain.
I always forget that. That's fine. And bonus action, I'm going to cast Amplify.
Bonus action to cast Amplify, absolutely. So everyone within that range,
Wait.
which is still technically everybody, gets that +1.
Wait, can I rush it?
No, you can't rush amplify.
Never mind.
Oh, then no, that's an action. Never mind.
Yeah, it's an action. Yeah.
That's why I also didn't cast it, because you can't rush it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, that is the bottom of turn order. I see it is 9 o'clock, so we are going to be picking up this battle in 2 weeks' time, right at the top with Salem. So, well, looks like you found a nest of cultists doing some pretty shady shit here, and you're facing your first really big outsider. So, should be fun next time. But as always, we go around the table and have you all tell us who you are and where we can find you on the internet. Kira was technically the one who was supposed to do the recap, so I always start with them. But since Kira can't talk, I'm going to just tell you all that Kira is one of the creators of Magi-Knights. Her and her husband wrote it together and created this awesome game we're playing. You can find her on the socials as @Magi_Knights. You can find this book here, the Magi-Knights Awakening book, over on Drive-Thru RPG. So go check that out. She also has a book on Amazon called My Dad the Game Master. So you should definitely go and check that out as well. We are going to go around the table, and we're going to go to John next.
Hi, I'm John. I play Salem. You can find me over on Instagram at CreativePanda88 or at Blue Sky at johnpoart.bluesky.social, all that fun stuff. And I'm also here every other Wednesday.
Yep. And pretty soon you're going to be here on Mondays as well.
I am.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Ashley, you're next.
Okay, I'm Ashleyien. I played Cat or Sky Seeker. I'm here every second Wednesday. I don't do most of the socials. I have them, but I don't really keep up with them.
It's okay. It's okay. They're tedious. I get it. Hana, you're next.
Hi, I'm Hana. I was your Aisha, and just very at the end, Star Seeker for today. You can find me at Destiny Trio Inc. pretty much everywhere that matters on the internet. Because I finally found consistent branding. What will I be on? Well, this every other week, so the 13th and the 27th of December. Additionally, you can find me playing a character who's the complete opposite of Aisha on Sunday the 10th over on Singularity Roleplay, where I'll be playing my trans hacker girl in a game of City of Mist, where a lot of bad shit just went down and all our characters kind of need to have some catharsis. So look forward to that. Beyond that, I have a late December, but as always, this was a great time.
Absolutely. Los, you're next.
Yeah, I am PDX Homebrew on all my socials. And I am still playing with the idea of streaming. If I do, it'll start in January, just in time for school to start. So we'll see how much I can get on there. But yeah, follow me at PDX Homebrew. Otherwise, you'll see me here every other Wednesday.
Right on. Tensei, you're next.
Yeah, hi. My name is Tensei. You can find me on Discord and Blue Sky at Tensei Dragon, TENSEIDRAGON. Hey, instead of talking about me, y'all want to hear some really good news that happened while we were playing?
Sure.
Henry Kissinger is fucking dead, finally.
The amount of jokes in popular media about that man being alive, still
It was
being alive.
It was like 2 hours ago that his publishing
Amazing.
house released it. Which I didn't know he had a publishing house, but I guess that's who did it. Yeah. The evil is defeated. And I'm not saying that it's a coincidence that it happened while we were streaming, but...
But hey, good things happen when we stream.
I'll take it.
Well, I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM and Magic Keeper here on the Random Rhapsody Network. Apart from doing this every Monday and Wednesday, you can find me a couple Saturdays a month over on All on the Tables TTRPG content. They're in association with the Transverse. The next time I am going to be on that is December the 9th, when we're going to be playing Pathfinder again. Me and Tensei will be on there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Well, other than that, make sure you check us out for more information as I release it about our 2 new campaigns, our own Pathfinder campaign, the Aethertech Wars, and Aether Shanties, our Sagas campaign. I'm looking forward to both of them. Well, on behalf of everyone here in the Magi-Knights and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, May your dreams be infinite. Good night.
Nighty night.